Hello! This week on 5 Brilliant Things, we have Serge from Kasabian.
People talk about music now and they say content. It fucking kills me because it's so much more than that. I find a lot of the artists that I love would have been awful at social media. Like, it would make me feel horrendous to see sort of Jimi Hendrix kind of click and subscribe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, in my mind, it's quite a pervy thing, innit, a sauna.
And if you're ever in a foreign city and you type sauna, you're like, no,
Right.
not that sauna.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just after a sauna.
Exactly.
But your phone's like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get whacked off. I just want to get hot.
We've lost them. Like, they've completely gone.
Yeah.
So I need to do something here that's not just play the next song. I just got in the crowd and just went to the bar. I said, right, can want to on a beer? And then went back on stage, then kicked into the next song, and it was chaos. You know what's funny? Because, you know, you realise when you're older and you really start to realise how weird you are. Because when that came in, I did, you know, like, I was like, you know, when someone asks you, like, I was really looking forward to, because, you know, big fan, right? And I was like, this is going to be great. And they went, right, you've got to do this. And I was like, oh, what have I got to do? Do you mean I've got to do something?
Yeah.
And there's like I proper went back to being a kid going, this feels like homework. This is horrible.
Oh, I shouldn't be that.
And I'm bad with, like, you know, I realise I'm so bad with, like, admin and that. It's terrible. It's when I feel like I'm being told I need to do, like, I go back into the school thing.
Yes.
Where it's like, I was so bad. And if I had to do something like anything like that, straight away I go into,
That's so
like,
interesting.
I'm not into this.
So what does it feel like writing an album then? Is there a similar
So
experience?
I love that because I'm.
But surely to me, there's that similar thing where. So hello, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
But if we have, I say, what are your 5 brilliant things?
Yeah.
I would say in a similar way that when you're writing an album, effectively these are your 11 brilliant things.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
Of the year.
Yes.
So is there not that similar?
I mean, maybe there was, but this one, I don't know. You know, because it's just because it can be anything. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's too
wide,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yes.
and you know, and then it's like, what's that French saying? The spirit de escalier. You know, where you know, the staircase. So you'll, you know, when I leave, I'll be like, you know what, I should have said.
Yeah.
On the train going like, treasury tags, why did I mention them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think it's one of those things where if you treat it properly, it's actually quite an existentially terrifying question. What are the things I love?
yeah.
And it's like, oh God.
Yes, definitely.
What does that mean?
It's never ending, right?
It's never ending.
And then it's like, there's that thing of like it really took me back to tests and like homework, and I was like, I was just never the one
never
for
academic,
that.
yeah.
No, and I do it without. I can see now I got emails piled up of like, you need to sort out things, and I'm like, oh God, it's
Can't do
just
it.
not for me. That,
Yeah.
and I'm capable of it. It's just something.
There's a very interesting interview that Mark Maron did with Louis C.K., where Louis C.K. is talking, and Mark Maron says, do you remember that flat you lived in, and there was hot sauce on the carpet, and there was bits of glass, and the hot sauce, and you never picked it up? And Louis C.K. just said, I just couldn't do it. And that, to me, speaks to, I get that thing where you go, you know you've got to do it.
It's mad, isn't it?
But you just can't. For whatever reason, like during that whole time period, he wrote sitcoms and stand-up shows and all these things, and he could have picked up the glass and the hot sauce that was by his feet.
I get it. I've got a bit of cardboard I found outside my studio last night, and it's been there. It's such a weird, like, because I've got canvas. I doing art in my studio. I got some canvases, and it came in a cardboard box, and it was it's just been outside, and it's like, I've gone, looked at it, I was like, that's probably been there like 3 months. I was like, why have I not moved that? Anyway, I don't know. My boys ripped me, you know what I mean? Because they're across all this. They go, oh yeah, you need to find out. I was like, I don't care what it is, man. This is the way I've been, and I'm happy with it. And it's, you know,
and it works.
It's the reason why I can write the albums, though. That's the thing. Whatever that is the reason why I can get locked in and find music everywhere, you know.
Right, let's start this homework. What is your what is your first brilliant thing?
Well, see, because I was like to my wife, like, what should I do? What am I going to do? And she went, well, you really like that egg pan, right? I was like, I can't say like eggpan, you know what I mean? So I thought about it on the train. I thought, even though it does make perfect, like the best, most perfect eggs ever like, witnessed to man, you know, like almost like you'd get in a Japanese hotel where there's just like, you can't cook it any better. And I'm not a great chef, but I can do an egg. So she's like, that'd be perfect. So I was like, I've not got bits on that, you know? So I thought I'll change that to accents because I love accents. Like, I'm obsessed with them. And I just think they're the most amazing. Like, I just adore them.
Yes, and we live in an incredible country where you can go in the space of a 4-hour car journey.
Right.
You can hear every single variation of the
best.
Yeah, it's extraordinary.
Because what I love when you do your mums.
Yeah.
And that kills me.
A little like, so you like that?
Love it.
Yeah,
like that every time when you just drop into and that's the bit that does me.
It's funny, isn't it? It's that weird. Well, it's certainly because I would say the West Country definitely has. There's a friendliness to it and an inclusivity as well that is just very. It just all right.
Yeah.
That's how you do the West Country accent.
Pepper
It's
boy.
just all right,
Yeah.
and it's my lover.
Yeah.
And anyone could be your lover.
It's the best, isn't it?
But like there's your change, my lover. See you later, and it's just
TK Maxx.
Yeah,
Love it.
totally.
You know what I mean?
I remember just hearing a girl that she was eating. It was my cousin Sandy's mate. And she had some Hubba Bubba. She went, "You've got some Hubba Bubba, oh lucky!" And it was so.
That's gold.
Yeah, lucky.
Oh,
It's
That's the thing I'm saying as well. The inflection.
Yeah.
Leicester's mad because we join words. So we'll be like, "Gotta get up," you know, like, "Gotta get up," and it's like people just look at you like, "What?" You know. But it's just we just join. We just add and join, and it's just.
But Leicester's as well, like that sort of Midlands. It's a very, very difficult accent to do.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so.
The swear is.
There's something about the Nottingham accent.
Very similar.
Yeah.
We are close. There's a slight difference. They're sort of feel like it's more. You're going into sort of Stoke and but we are very similar. Like, I mean, you got to get in like, oh, you fucker. You know what I mean? That's a really good way to get into it. I like the way you get into like the Geordie to get in. If you say laser quasar, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to do the accent, so you go laser quasar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what's like Birmingham is like mushy pea, like mushy pea.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I'm not going to go any deeper than that because I can hear people already going, don't go any further than that. You know what I mean? But I can't go any further. There's only things I can say. Do you know what I mean?
Do you, when you're in this massively successful band, do you ever feel like I'm going to pop a bit of local in a way that a comedian would? So
every now and again I think about it, but don't.
But would you try and do like the Geordie accent? Would you try? No. For the benefit of the people listening, I'm Serge screwed his face up in a look of cringe and horror.
Yeah. It's because of you end up somewhere different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'd start.
Yeah.
It'd start pretty well, and then it'd end up like a mank or something. Like, oh, what am I doing now? Get out of this.
Do you ever feel like, because there's certain kind of, I think of Kasabian as like a proper like powerhouse band. Like, I can't really, you don't strike me as kind of talking between songs. And yet what's interesting is you're a very funny, engaging guy. But I feel like when you're doing live shows, it's like, like you have such anthemic, big, there's a lot of momentum to the music you write. It doesn't feel like it would lend itself to, so this one's about.
No.
And, do you know what I mean? I can't imagine you crooning.
I agree. I think we have like, definitely now with the set, we're literally rehearsing today. There are moments where, and I think, becoming a front man, I've started to sort of understand the job better in terms of, it's quite nice when you sort of just, do you know what I've found as well is when you just sort of chat about, when it just feels like you're just having a conversation, rather than, obviously you've got the things that work, left side, right, you know what I'm saying? You got everybody scream, right?
Yeah.
Shout the town name out always works.
Yeah.
But when you just sort of notice something and then you just speak as if you were talking to one person.
Yeah.
Although there's 50,000 people there, it's amazing the energy of what
You
you
can't
can do
mess
to a
with that.
room. It's mad, isn't it?
What's really interesting is I think it's because there's probably a level of expertise that we expect from you, that we know we're going to see you play these huge songs, you're going to sing them really well. So when we see you go, oh, I was in a chip shop earlier and they got really nice fish cakes.
Yeah.
It's this proof that you go, this is actually
happening.
happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those moments when you're in a gig and you know for certain that person isn't a plant and he's reacting in that way, and it's, I don't know, it's this kind of it's this beautiful way where we all go, oh God, we're all here together now, and then suddenly you're able to go bam.
No,
like,
ah! It's true. So maybe actually give me goosebumps to that, because I was thinking about how, you know, it's like it is that thing of like, you know, just learning how to harness that energy and what to do with it, and it's something I'm like learning. It's a new thing in my life. You know what I mean? Learning about.
Have you consciously tried to learn how to become a frontman?
Big time. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of, you know, once I'm quite obsessed. So once I'm into something, that's it. I need to figure out what it is, how it works, and especially stagecraft.
Yeah,
stagecraft is like, you know, it's so big, you know, and how you can change the energy of a room. You know, we were meant to be playing in America, and it's so different. You know, obviously you are, and there are moments where literally you stood there going, okay, we've lost them. Like they've completely gone.
Yeah.
So I need to do something here that's not just play the next song. So, you know, I just got in the crowd and just started buying, you know, went to the bar. I said, right, want a beer? Do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden everyone goes, whoa, something's happening here. It's a super simple trick. But I was like, and then went back on stage, then kicked into the next song, and it was chaos. I was like, wow, that gig was lost until that moment. So then you start to go, where are the moments inside this show that we can just make it? And like you just talked about there, that feeling where everyone goes, oh yeah, this is happening. This isn't not AI. This is not, we're not scrolling.
Yeah.
So anything he's going to come in. If I don't hope he doesn't come near me, you know, because a lot of people, they shit themselves when you go in. You think that, you know, I wouldn't do it in like Glasgow, because I wouldn't get back on stage. You know? There are certain cities like, no, you stay there. This is going great, but you know, in sort of, you know, Vancouver, I'm just going, right, let's just go and see what we can do tonight.
But it must also be so exciting for you as well to have, I guess in a weird way, it's like a sort of a rebirth, isn't it? Because you've kind of, you've been doing this for so long, and then suddenly you have a new skill to learn. It's exciting, right? It must be, and
it's completely insanity.
Have you kind of studied any kind of front men, front women? Have you?
Yeah.
Who are the ones you've been looking at?
Well, you know, obviously you're like, you know, you go to your greats, so you go to your Jim Morrisons and your Bowies and you know, and your Freddie, and like it's. I mean, he's the one. Like, I think for me, where you just like that. The footage of him at Live Aid is just. They're just different league, you know, and that, you know, they are sort of, you know, that's like, you know, the echelons, it's the highest. And then, you know, like, then I think of sort of Bjork and like PJ Harvey and you know, that sort of the art and the sexiness of it, you know what I mean? And they're just, you know, and then, you know, like the modern day with like Kendrick and Tyler, you know, I sort of, and you know, just little tiny subtle things, people that you wouldn't even notice that you know, and it, you know, it's kind of how I learned to write. So it's like, it makes sense that that's how you learn to.
How did you learn to write?
I mean, you know, just like that, just listening to as much music and I just had this sense that I wanted to make things, you know, songwriting, like produce things. Like the first musical instrument was like a sampler and a computer. Like I learned to write and produce at the same time. So, and I think that gave us a sort of little edge, because we didn't rely on sort of recording studios and what have you. It was like, you know, it's done in a bedroom, you know, and I think that's kind of how everyone does it now. Everyone sort of has the ability and, you know, to make their music at home. But back in the day, that was sort of quite of a rare thing. If you were in a band, you sort of went to a studio and had a producer and an engineer.
Are you thankful that you started out in music when you did?
God,
Because
yeah.
I would presume now it's so much
It's
harder.
the whole other bag, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how attractive it would be.
I don't know, but I don't know how
Now.
4 kids from Leicester
No.
make it now.
I think it's because it's so much more, like, it's not just the bit I like, you know, is the, you know, the making it and then playing it. But the selling yourself, I struggle with, and I find a lot of the artists that I love would have been awful at social media, or like absolutely, like, would make me feel horrendous to see sort of Jimi Hendrix kind of click and subscribe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine any, you know, like Dama Suzuki, you know, just sort of being like, hey,
Yeah.
which that is a talent in itself, and some people are absolutely brilliant at it, and some people are brilliant at writing songs and the art of it, and some people are brilliant at both, and you know they're massive, but you know it's just a different thing, that, and I don't know how excited I would be about having to, you know, sell as much as you have to now.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because you, like, in most creative industries now, even using the word industry is interesting, but you have to be able to make the car and then sell the car.
Right.
And those are, you know,
Totally.
very different skills.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a man and a woman that's used to being in a factory
Yeah, right.
making a car.
No, totally.
And then they've got to, like, get out front and go,
Yeah.
the car
Yeah.
it's
No,
just-
no, that's so true, and that's what I see, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how I'd find ways, you know, I'd probably want to. I'd imagine, you know, I was talking to my boys 15. It's like you would find a way to subvert the system, as in it would be niche. It would be a lot smaller, but I would find a way in somewhere else, because I don't know how you know, and sort of, we kind of have to do it now because we're just in the, you know, it's just the way it is. But it's always with a heavy heart that you're like, you know.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And it's
isn't
the
it?
amount of content, you know, the amount of things, you know. And do you know what? I hate them. You know, people talk about music now, and they say content, like music. And do you know what? It fucking kills me, because it's so much more than that. Like a great song, how dare you call it that? You know, like it can change, you know, it change your life. Hearing that one song, you wake up, you feel terrible, the song comes on and you go, I feel different. You know what? I not only feel different, I feel like today's the day that I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Like, that is so important to us all, you know, and it's just to flip it away as this, like,
It's that thing that
kills me.
It's the idea that it can be the same as somebody taking out makeup that they bought at Boots and rating it.
Yeah, right?
Like, you're not going to play that over your granddad's funeral.
No, don't lump it in with that.
Do you know what I mean? It's just wild.
No, because it changes your brainwaves. I mean, you know, it's, you know, it literally, you know, they've put wires on people's,
I know, it's fascinating,
and they can
isn't it?
see, you can see physiologically, it changes you.
What is your next brilliant thing?
Like, I put a sauna,
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
and it's a, you know, it's a dangerous one, because it's quite a, you know, in my mind, it's quite a pervy thing, innit, a sauna.
It depends how you go.
Do you know
about
what I mean,
it.
though?
Yeah. Oh, no,
Like,
absolutely.
this is a new thing for me. Like, back in the day, like, it's a dangerous subject, you know, sauna, like.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? Yeah, and because if you're into saunas,
Yeah.
like, as I am,
You got a sauna?
I haven't got one, but
Oh.
but I like going in them.
Yeah.
And if you're ever in a foreign city and you type sauna, you're like, no,
Right.
not
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sauna.
yeah, exactly.
I'm just after a sauna.
Exactly.
But your phone's like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get wanked off. I just want to get hot. But it is funny, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
there's definitely different
there's-
there's a
right.
definitely the words wellness and sauna
Yeah.
never went together when we were kids.
Totally.
Hand jobs did, you know. But it's
But it started, like, back in the day, like me and bass player Dibs, we'd like, you know, out of all the bands, like, you know what I mean, where if it was the hotel, we'd be like, right, get in the, there's a jacuzzi, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
the gym.
yeah.
This is back in the day. So, and at that point, we would just try and make it as hot as possible. Like, you know, the water, you just throw as much water. We'd sit and just see how hot we could get it and how long we could last it, you know. proper idiots. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, I'm like, I've gone in and got one. You know, I've got myself one
great.
in the house,
Oh,
right?
lovely.
And essentially, it's not balling. You know, it's a shed with a heater in. You
Yeah,
know, you just need a bit of space.
Yeah.
And they're not, you know, it's not loads of dough. Like it's probably like a fifth of a Centre Parks holiday. You know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? You might have the dough in there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I'm telling you, I feel like 20 minutes a day, yeah.
It's incredible.
And I'm like, I am,
And do you have a cold plunge?
yeah.
Do you? So you're doing it properly?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily always do the cold plunge. I like to do that first thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, little ice pack for the boys. That's important.
Lovely. Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't want to get them too hot if you're doing it a lot.
No, and it can definitely, particularly if you're trying to conceive.
Yes.
You can't get your nuts too hot.
But even a man of my vintage, you need, you know, it's always good to just have plenty, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then a hat just for the barnet, just, you know, and just destroy
Have
that.
you got one of those proper sauna hats, the kind of little pointed jobbies?
Well, you know, I've got like, mine's like, I got like a Carhartt beanie, which I think, you know,
that's
I think
fine.
that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go too far. It
Yeah.
says it does the job. It says it was a sauna hat. Do you know what I mean?
Why do we have to wear hats in the sauna?
It's because your hair gets too hot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. You know Rick Rubin?
Oh, God, yeah.
So he does podcasts in his sauna.
What?
Yeah. So I feel like that would be an interesting one.
Oh,
What I like about it, I like about the fact that you've like you say, you feel like you're sweating out impurities and it feels really good. And then on top of it, it's like medicine that actually tastes nice. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I find the cold plunge not for me, but I love going back into a sauna after you've frozen, and that feeling when your body thaws out is
it's
the
good.
best.
It's phenomenal. And if I'm doing a bit of running, whatever, get back. It adds 20 minutes to, you know, gets your heart rate where you need to get it.
Are you doing
all
it?
Over it.
Are you doing it for like a creative thing, or are you doing it for
I don't. I suppose. I think once you start looking after yourself, it's amazing. You know what you just start. Oh, that, you know, there was a time I just shift. You know, when I'm singing and coming at front man, I can't, like, on tour. I got to look after myself, which I never did ever. Didn't know what that meant. I didn't care. It wasn't like I didn't even notice. And then you start to go, oh, I feel, wow, you know, feel pretty good. How better can I feel? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem is, you know, you've got that sort of mindset. Like, if I'd stay up for a day, I go, I wonder what it's like to stay up for 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I'm like I feel good. Wonder how you feel better. It's like, oh, what's the sauna do? Oh, that does. You know what I mean? So it's just this constant sort of like, oh, I might see what that does.
Yeah. Oh, I love all that. It's kind of that sort of just those interesting. We all need our hand held by somebody, and it's that lovely feeling if you have a mate or someone you admire or someone you trust that says, "Hey, I do this thing. Do you fancy a go? I'll show you how to do this."
Yeah.
That's what we all need.
Definitely.
Isn't it? Like
MDMA.
Honestly, MDMA, ayahuasca, whatever it may be. So, but that's what I mean with any kind of newfangled thing, whether it's a sauna or doing therapy, or I think it's particularly if you come from a sort of a working class background, that there is that sense of people like me don't do stuff like that.
Definitely.
So how do you get to that stage?
Yeah.
And you need someone to hold your hand.
I agree, because you know, even the words, you just think, oh, you know, I can hear the boys back home going, what's he talking about sauna for?
Yeah.
Is he actually?
And you need that voice.
Is he? Yeah, I've got it all the time. I mean, I live with that voice. So But then I thought, you know what? No, because, like, you know, you could, you know,
because then you can then tell them exactly
in this zone.
Yeah.
Because it's like getting massive. If you say that, do you know that's a good way in to all my mates? So you know what it's like? It's like really good drugs. Like, yeah, I'll do it.
We're fine. Yeah.
Is it private to sauna or is it social?
I wouldn't go social. Like I would. You have to be a close pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Like, there's been times where, like, me, again with Dib's bass player, and we were in Romania. We did a festival, and we're in the sauna, and this guy, one of the lads from Blue came in, you know, the boy band.
Yeah.
And then you sort of sat there, lovely lad, and we chatted. But you know when you're like, this is like, I don't want to. This feels weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? Like,
We should all rise and leave.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Is that a Blue song?
It is a blue song.
Oh, that's
it's exceptionally done.
fantastic.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
if we
Nobody
we
saw that
talked
coming.
about that.
From a man in corduroy and a cardigan
what?
to
That-
no
that-
blue
that
lyrics is
was-
extraordinary. Yeah.
But I didn't realise what that was until
Yeah.
you was like, that was good. And I
Yeah,
was like,
very
if that's mate, as if we talked about that before.
Very good.
Yeah, but
I didn't know you were
don't like
such a
the
fan
chat.
of Anthony Costa.
I don't like that. Yeah, I'm. It's too close quarters to be with people you don't know.
Yeah.
For me,
What is your next brilliant thing?
it's carbon plates.
What's a carbon plate?
These things they put in trainers now.
Yeah.
That make you run. That help you. Well, that basically make you run faster.
What is it, like a bounce?
Yes, I mean it's unbelievable.
Oh, are those in the Nike ones?
They're in the Well,
Yeah,
the
I
ones,
think
the
I've got the
Adidas
same.
ones.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
they're all using the technology now.
But the first time you run in those, they're like moon boots, aren't they?
Best thing ever.
But you feel that doink.
Yeah.
Yeah, exceptional.
Because when I started running, like in my head, I was never gonna have the shoes, never gonna have a watch. The Lycra was not for me.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, the Rocky montage where he's just,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted cut off trackies.
Yeah.
So no one could ever see me running.
Yes.
Converse, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe an old like Motley Crue t-shirt. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
I
not
compl-
having
I
anyone
completely see it, yeah.
me running or have any of the gear.
Yeah.
No watch. This just nah. Like, but I enjoyed, you know, the headphones on, and I enjoyed the just for whatever it is. I just like getting out, getting some tunes on, and just running. Do you know what I mean? And I sort of ran like that for a bit. My wife's an unbelievable runner. She's my inspiration. She's taken it on about 4 years ago, and she's got so good. I mean, she just ran a 3 hours and 1 minute marathon in Manchester. Yeah, no, she's like next level. She ran for England for her age. Honestly, she was my hero anyway. But now, Jesus, like, so she's getting into it. So stuff starts arriving. You know, these trainers.
Yeah.
And I'm a gearhead as well. I love my fashion and my clothes, and I'm starting to sort of think about maybe I should start, you know, stop messing about a bit and get a bit of the gear.
Yeah.
And we ran. My mate was running the Copenhagen Marathon.
Oh, I bet that's a nice one to do.
I said, well, we'll go and watch her because he's from New York. He's
Yeah.
one of my best pals. He's amazing. And we're like, right, we'll go and watch him run. So we arrived on like the Friday. They was running on the Sunday, and he got this like big table of champagne and magnums and lobsters. One of their, you know,
Yeah.
few of his mates.
Yeah.
High rolling, and I got.
So this is on the Friday.
This is on the Friday.
And he's running on the
yeah,
Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm getting involved.
Yeah.
This is about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they're talking about running it. I'm looking at them going, if these have got it in them,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah, yeah,
thinking. So we look online, it's like, yeah, you can join that. You can still get a place
Wow.
to run it.
Okay.
So I was like, smashed, like, yeah, so put me in, sign me in, because our hotel was halfway round. So I thought, if we get halfway, we can go to the hotel, get a shower, and then see the end.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, I need some gear. So I thought, and I need a watch. So I got a watch.
Yep.
Got the shoes. And now I'm starting to feel this like, oh God, running in these things is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I managed to get round and finish the marathon. And then from that day, I was like, okay, I'm in now.
You're hooked. And did you?
Yeah.
What was the time for that first marathon?
Do you know what? About everyone's got a story, but like about 7 miles in, this thing I found out was called an IT band just went. And it was like I'd been shot.
Oh God.
And I thought, well, I'm finished. But then I thought, I need the medal. Like I've come this far. So I did like the last 7 miles, like I limped round. So I did 4:05, which done me in because I thought sub 4 would look quite nice.
Yeah.
So, but then I did another one. Then I did another. But I didn't really. I didn't train, and then I did another one in Florence. I didn't really train, but from here on in, I might. I think I'm going to go again, and I'm going to actually do a bit of training now.
I think the idea of doing, if you're lucky enough to be able to do marathons in different parts of the world, must be a really great feeling.
It's mega.
Particularly if you're, like you say, if your partner's into them.
Yeah.
What a kind of fun thing. You go, right, we go to Florence.
Totally.
We go there on the Friday, carb up, do it on the Sunday, and then have a little holiday for 3 or 4 days
Exactly.
afterwards.
It's phenomenal. Because you can do the halves as well if you want to do it a bit easier. So you're not...
But you also, it's what's interesting about running is that it feels, if you're not into it, it feels so tedious and boring. And then it's that lovely thing when you suddenly get into it and I think there's a thing called runner's high, that you get this really lovely sort of serotonin, oxytocin boost where you just feel fantastic.
It is.
And for what we do, it's really lovely because it's almost like your body has got out of the way of itself, so your brain is able to go because you've got rid of all that, whether it's nervous energy or whatever, or pent up stuff. That's all gone. It's satiated, and you're just left with your brain.
Yeah. I found like I'd be on the side of the road just doing lyrics and recording voice notes of melodies and.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's so funny. I've done that.
Do you write? I mean,
I've done that a lot. Where I'll be going for a jog, and then something comes to you, and you just go, "Oh God, I just have to just and write it down, just so you've got it later."
It's beautiful because you can hear sort of birds singing in the background. You know, we've been out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but but you have to get it down because if you don't,
oh God,
it'll just leave.
It's gone.
But it's imagine that. It'd be so funny just to see in the London Marathon next year. That just we see you on the side of the road and you're like just trying to write a little song, just like they're trying to interview you and you're like, no, just stay away for a minute. I've got it. How does it work with you? Like when you write a song, are you what do you see first, or do you feel first, or hear first? Do you hear the music or do you hear the lyrics? How does it work?
It can be anything really. I just find a way in, you know. So, for this new album, for instance, like it's how I've written them all. Where some will be like maybe a loop, or that I'll just repeat over and over, and then I'll just have a mic and then just start singing, maybe for 5-10 minutes, and then listen back and go, oh, that bit was quite interesting. And then they might even say a line and go, oh, okay, there's a song. So I like to do that, like just let the subconscious just do what it does.
Yeah.
And I find that's kind of what I like. It just feels like it's just happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's times where it's just literally good old fashioned guitar or piano, which is just traditional, just playing around with chords. It's so amazing though, because like the single we just put out, Great Pretender, is like it's D, B minor, G. And I've been playing those chords for, the first chords you learn, and you play them, and they don't say anything to you. And then one day you play them, and then you get a song, and it's mind blowing. And I don't understand where it comes from. I mean, it's amazing. And I know, obviously now I've been writing for, 25 years or whatever. So I know the tricks. I know how to sort of get, into it. I can I give myself a shot at writing a song, but I still can't explain where. One day the D chord gives you something that you've never, and it's mad. And not only that, it's like the words come as well, which you have no idea, and then you sort of can make sense of what you're trying to say after. But I find that's why I love it so much. Is why I think I'm obsessed with it, and it's why obviously the whole AI question is that why would you let anything take that away from you?
Yes.
I understand it can do it and it's going to be quick and but like I the reason why I get up in the morning is to get that feeling. It's like the marathon. It's like you can you can run a marathon or whatever. It'd be like running it and not running it, getting the photo and the medal, and everyone thinks you've ran it.
Yeah.
But you've not, and you've not done the.
Yeah, I was
months of
thinking,
training, right?
You're right, but I was thinking then basically another analogy would be that you just get all the treasure, and you don't get that feeling of getting the metal detector out and going to the beach,
Yeah.
and slowly going over each
Totally.
inch
That
until
is
you get the
the
beep,
bit.
beep, beep, and then you get the spade out, and then you dig it up, and you got the little bit of treasure, and it's
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
you know, and then you're able to turn it into a necklace or whatever. But that's to any kind of creative, that it's the you know, to get, it's that cliche. It is the journey. It's
Yeah, yeah.
it's so exciting. Where, but I love interviewing musicians because I'm so sort of curious about how it all happens, because I've said this before, but comedy feels very visual. That you'll see something, and it's almost like a cartoon in your mind,
Yeah.
and then it feels like it's our job to find the words that make people see the cartoon
Interesting.
in your head,
Yeah, yeah.
so that they can see what you've seen instantly.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas, and that's I really, it's really interesting hearing you talk about free-forming and then listening back to the free-form and going, okay,
Yeah.
right, now how do we put this
Yeah, yeah.
together?
Because
Interesting.
I really like the way a music will make me feel. So, and I tend to say say I've got a really nice loop, I'll stand, have the mic, and it will make me move in a certain way, and all that is part of what's coming out my mouth. So, you know, a way in which you can, you know, tighten your throat so you're a bit more spiky, or a way in which you know, like you become a character of sorts. And I find that amazing. And I find like I have to sort of get into it, like almost get into a role when the music's coming out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then it's like, oh, that bit there when you sort of did that thing. And then it's like, right, okay, there's something in that, take that. And then a few goes at that. It's just the, you know, it's just the way I've kind of always done it. And it's amazing how the first sort of sparks, like you can't sort of beat. I've got better at that. I used to be in the studio long hours, and now I just go, right, 4 or 5 solid, no distractions, no phone, no nothing. And honestly, my output is just, I've just gone through the roof, because it's just, I get my job, do the 4, back with the kids, that, you know, rather than I usually like start at like 10 at night, through the night, you know, and then kill myself. If I'd not written anything, I'd be like, I'm the worst fucking human in the world. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't live with it. But now I'm like, no, it's all good. Just if it happens in 4, great. If it don't, tomorrow's another day.
Well, that's it, and then it will. But it's about it's the tonnage, isn't it? It's about, as long as you're there every day.
Yeah.
It'll eventually break.
It's mad that. It is that. And when I've been on tour and I've not written it, you think, God, I don't know how.
Will I ever write again? Yeah, it's weird. Eh? What is your next brilliant thing, Serge?
Next thing. Football nets.
Yes, amen.
Isn't it? There's nothing more sad than seeing a goalpost with no net on, and kids kicking, like, just we drive by a park.
What's known as our childhood, and
right?
Yeah.
You used to bike, like, if there was if someone said there's a goal, we found a goal with a net,
With nets,
and it's 15 miles away.
Yeah.
So we'd go, right, bikes, we're going. Man, we'd sleep over, like Stand By Me. It's like, bring your sleeping bag. If there's a goal with a net, I'm travelling 10 hours.
And it's the noise.
There's nothing better
Yeah.
than net, and nothing more sad than a goal without a net. And the obsession goes to, like,
Is there a
deep.
better noise than the noise of a 20-yard shot? You've hit it on a half volley, and it hits the bar, and then bounces off the floor, and then goes into the net. Is there a better
Honestly,
noise?
there's not. And, you know, like, the obsession was like, you know, do you go, like, are you deep on the net knowledge? Like, where'd you stand with, like,
Well, here's and listen
like
to this.
Mexico 70? You know,
Oh, yeah, of
you know
course.
what I'm talking
Of
about.
course, yeah,
the
yeah.
deep,
Yeah.
the deepest net of all time.
They're the best. The ones that go as far back.
Almost the grass is a bit long at the back.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Phenomenal, and you can just it makes the goals even more beautiful.
Those goals and the Italian 90 goals,
Very good.
which had a lot of net gathering at the bottom.
Yes, yeah.
So I remember Peter Shilton having to get the ball out of the net and lift the net.
Yeah,
What
ugly.
a mad thing. Because
Yeah.
nets have got quite standard now. They've obviously,
Yeah.
even in the lower leagues, pretty much the box net.
Yeah.
But the box net when we were growing up was like mythical.
It didn't exist, yeah.
The stanchion, which I think we should bring back.
The stanchion, yeah.
And even like the Liverpool, because they were deep, they had the stanchion and they had a red net.
Yes.
Oh, the first thing I did when we moved into our new house 10 years ago was, if not the second best thing to a football net, is a net behind.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course
Preach.
I do. Wasn't allowed that. Now, but I know exactly what you mean.
Because
It's
there's
like-
nothing worse
Exactly.
than it goes wide to go and get the ball.
Fucking right.
So I was like, the first thing I'm buying for this house.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you, we're not having big.
It's a secondary net, yeah.
She's like, it's going to look like a leisure centre. I was like, yeah, but you don't understand.
But it's our leisure
You
centre.
don't understand. And I want, I've talked about dugouts, and I've talked about advertising boards, but and floodlights. But we're getting there. It's a slow process.
So have you got what we're talking like a pitch in the garden?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
great.
yeah. And that was like a house. It needed a room, a sort of a secondary building for a studio or a place to build one, and a flat lawn for football. That was it, and the rest of it was like not. I was whatever their house looks like.
My mate Craig, when we were kids, had just the most beautiful garden where he had 2 5-a-side nets, and it was like, oh God, it was the most perfect garden. It was, the dimensions of it were phenomenal. So whenever he'd have like a football, we'd just have like football parties around his all the time. Just
dream. Recreating the goals.
Just
Me and my
phenomenal.
pal recreated every 1994. So I had a goal in the garden, like a wooden goal, but it had a net. And every time there was a goal in 1994 World Cup, we recreated it, but we had to do it it had to be exact. And like when you ruin the garden, when there's just a patch.
Yeah.
Like sort of brown.
What would be
patch.
I'm trying to think of the top goals of '94. So what would
There
be
was some classics. There was like Hadji, Badjo.
Oh, of course, yeah. Baggio was phenomenal, and then obviously misses the
Was it
penalty.
Wijnaldum scored for USA like a free kick? I mean, take his hours.
Yeah.
But I've gone with the old. We've got Astro as well.
So do you play with your kids or are you playing with your pals? Oh, great.
I don't play so much now, but my boys are there. My youngest plays, so he's there. He's there in the garden.
That's phenomenal.
And then I'll have an FA Cup. When the FA Cup's on, I have the boys over and we have a little game.
Great. Yeah, my son is just coming up 2 and he goes to a thing called Little Kickers.
Yeah, my boys went there.
Yeah, the best.
Amazing. My youngest was brilliant. My oldest was so he's just not into football.
Yeah.
And he was the kid, the one that just runs off. You just you spend an hour chasing him around the leisure centre.
Yeah.
Just kick it, man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, no, I'm not bothered. I'm an aeroplane.
So when you were, how old was your son when he was going to Little Kickers?
Yeah, I was
How old?
one of them. I think it was young.
15 years ago? Is this?
Yeah, 3, 4.
So
10 years ago.
But my point
11
being,
years ago.
this would be this. So you're in the peak of your rock and roll. You're living your fantasy.
I'm living the dream.
But
yeah.
I also.
Little Kickers.
But you're then going to Little Kickers.
Yeah. Fully fur coat.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, but what I know of you, I bet you enjoyed that as much as doing gigs
Absolutely
at Wembley.
loved it. Yeah. Absolutely loved it. Little bench, the old school gym bench.
Yeah.
Because I got long legs, my knees are like round here.
Yeah.
Look like with sort of, one of those Beatles paintings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yellow submarine in the corner.
God, so it feels like you really will you be in that house forever? Do you think?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I've got a studio, the surgery. I've got
the
which
surgery, very good.
Yeah.
And
Have you scored a better goal than the 2012 Soccer 8 goal?
No.
Of course he hasn't.
No.
Mad.
That was. I mean, it's amazing that goal because it's. You do something
Clink.
on the internet and you
Clink.
just it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's still now. If I'm out, around football lads like this, it's the
14
go-to.
years later.
It's right.
But
14 years.
It's because the reason why it's so incredible is because it's past Seaman, who is of course an international goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And it's just clipped. It's effortless. It's just
Yeah.
the dink, dink. It's like Ronnie Whelan's goal in the cup final. Dink. Like it's so it's if you're into footy,
Yeah.
it's just one of them goals where as soon as you hit it, you're like, flipping hell, he's just bent it past Seaman. It's
It
wild,
was,
man.
yeah, it was a good moment.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. It's the aesthetic of nets and the also football boots. It's
Football, that could have easily. I had a pair of my boots when I scored that goal were white. I can never say it's Pantifilio. They're like Italian. It's called like the Italian slipper.
yeah.
It's the softest leather. They're like ballet shoes.
Yeah.
And I walked out. The first person I seen was Roy Keane. He went, "You best be fucking good in them." Do you know what I mean? It's like it's that attitude of like we weren't allowed coloured boots. Do you know what I mean? Like you were not. It's like you had to be like the most unbelievable player. But now, if they're not pink or turquoise or mad, then you just no one wears black boots anymore.
What is your next brilliant thing, Serge? Okay.
Posca pens.
Posca pens. What's the Posca pen?
Posca pen. I mean, it's a paint pen, and I love colour. I'm obsessed with colour. Like even in here, like I'm just So these pens are literally just you get like them in a suitcase, and there's just every colour and every nib size, and just I love them. I love the smell. And
So are they like painting?
yeah, like paint pens. So if you were going to tag, you would use one of these. So
Right.
so the graffiti you see outside.
Yeah.
But I like to, I've got into my art like. I think like maybe like in 2019, or maybe earlier, I just started to just make art and I was just doing it on my iPad because I can't really paint, I can't really draw, I can't do anything like that. But I'm good at ideas, so I got an iPad and I just started to make pictures and
What kind of pictures? What do you mean?
just so. I mean, it's pretty weird stuff, but what I loved about it was I would like with a song, it's kind of it can be quite a laborious, and there's kind of a lot riding on it. If the new album, you got to make songs that are as good as the last. You know what I mean? Like, and so
I was thinking that as well because presumably, what I was curious about is when you're writing music, are you writing it with 50,000 people in mind? Like, are you performing the song in a sense, knowing that there is a destination to it that can be 50,000 people?
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say.
I suppose, yeah, I think
guess
so.
I'm predicting what you're going to say, which is when you're painting or doing art, there isn't an audience in mind.
Exactly, and I feel like I can work at a speed where I can have something finished in quickly.
Right.
So say, you're writing a song, whatever, and you get to the end of the day and it, maybe you don't get anything. So you just go in the house, you just feel a bit shit. You're like, fuck, it didn't happen today. Whereas I would be creating art and go, well, I've done that. So that's kind of satisfied my whatever that is that I need to feel like, I had this urge to make stuff. Always have since I was, since I can remember. I just like making stuff. So that was like, I can make stuff quickly and at the end of the day take it into the house, look at it later, put it on the wall, and it sort of stemmed from there really. And then so and these pens were I just thought about, I loved it. I like just for anyone to anyone should just paint, just draw. Anyone should just make stuff because I think it's and don't like we are sort of that's people say it's not really what I do or not for me, but I just think people have you can unlock this mad side of you that everyone has.
And do you see it in your children? Do they have that similar?
Yeah, big time.
Oh,
yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah.
And do you try and point them, or do you try and sort of step away from it? It must be very hard if you like.
I think, do you know what it is? They've just got it's just everywhere. Like there's paint and sculptures and clay. There's bits of stuff, guitars, pianos. There's access to cameras. There's just things around the house. They're not like, guys, we need to, make a documentary today. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like, if you did want to, there's a room there that's got you can do whatever you want, But but for them, the distractions, it's difficult because there's just so much other good stuff to do, you know, rather than just do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, you know, it's like, so it's, you know, it's
But
not
it's interesting what you were saying though. It's that thing of like, you said earlier about you'd ride your bike for 15 miles to get to the goal that had the good nets.
Yeah.
And there's something about that 15-mile bike ride that is part of
Yeah.
the overall
Definitely.
process.
We go,
Well,
yeah,
we now live in a
what we
world
kind of
where
going back. I mean, it's kind of what this kind of conversation's been about, really. Is that, yeah, is that, isn't it?
but it's so difficult when you live in a world where it's just down the road, where
Yeah.
everything is down the road, or everything is at the end of your finger. How it's quite difficult to spend time learning something.
It is. It is because
Versus immediate gratitude from something that's there for you.
it's mad because I remember going to dig for drum loops. So there was a train station, you know, like an train station arches in Leicester, and they had old records, and you'd go on a Saturday, and you'd be in there 5, 6, 7 hours, and you'd probably find 2 beats, 3 if it's a good day. And like you get home and you think, I found this like mad drum loop that's on this record. No one's ever going to know what it is. No one's going to find it. And then you put it in the computer and you go, right, we've got something here. This is amazing. And like now, you just type YouTube, you put like breaks, and it's just everything you'd ever want, clips up, drop it in, perfect. And it's just, you know, whatever that means. But it's just like, it's just funny that like what you'd have to go through to get something now, you know, it's just another world.
But is it that the drum loops that you acquired somehow has there's it's somehow interconnected with the conversations you've had with people in that record shop, the cups of tea you've had in that rep shop, the toast you might have had on the 100%. Way there, that's it's this hidden sort of almost mystical collection of atoms that have gone towards you getting this. It's exactly the same. The noise that you've got is exactly the same as clicking on the computer and getting it, but you can't quantify that, and you can't put that into the computer. You can't type and give the feeling of a 15-mile bike ride towards the nets. You can't know that feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's that's the tricky thing, isn't it? That's why it must be so hard, because but you'd have to be insane to be a young person and put yourself through that hardship.
Exactly.
To get it.
You wouldn't. That's the thing. You wouldn't. Like if you there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And you'd laugh at anyone that did it. So you go, what are you talking about? We just got it here. What? One wasting of time. It's done. Yeah. And not only that, we don't even have to write it now. There's programs where you type in a prompt, and it's done.
But does that? Are you frightened of that?
No, because I think like if you want a fast food burger, I'm not going to name any chain. You know what I'm saying? If you want that, go and fill your boots, and loads of people love that.
Yep.
But if you want some weird little artisan, someone's made it, it's taken them 10 years to develop the recipe, it's a bit more expensive. I want that. I'll go that burger, please. I'm going to go that joint, you know. And I think the artisan, that's where I think that's where it lies now. It might get, you know, I think for me, that's where it is.
I agree, yeah. I think one of the most extraordinary things that has happened in our lifetime is the idea that how dare you say that I have to pay to hear music? That's wild to me. The idea of like all music should be free. Are you fucking mental? Like, think of all it's so extraordinary, isn't it? The journey we've gone through, that when you were a kid you'd spend $7.99 on an album, whatever, and now it's like, oh, it should be for free.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Isn't it wild?
And it's amazing how quickly you're in, and then 2 weeks later it's like, when's your next album? It's like, it's taken me like a year to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the stories that we are, you know, because you know it's instant and there's no story behind how how you first listen. You remember you used to even just, going into the shops in town, getting a bus, whatever, go and buy a CD, come home. You know what I mean? There's some that you've done something to get it. Whereas if you just drops on your lap and you listen to it and you're like, well, where's the story? Do you know what I mean? But the live thing for us, I think that's where there's still magic and there's still
clearly
you can change people's lives.
But this is the interesting juxtaposition: is that a lot more people are on Spotify than they've ever been, and they're all it's streams and it's downloads and it's a thing you've heard on TikTok or whatever, and yet and everything's like content and it's just a single and nobody listens to the album, blah 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 blah, versus people are going to gigs more than they've ever gone to gigs, and they're listening to whole albums. So there's something interesting going on, isn't there? Because you also look at our attention span is smaller than it's ever been, and yet people are watching huge box sets, and watching whole series.
Definitely,
it's kind of that. There's definitely this. There's a really, alongside the compartmentalization of music, there is a real desire to be with other human beings in a field.
There's nothing quite
singing
like
the
it.
same song.
It is so, and we've got this show in Finsbury Park, and it's gonna. I already know. I can feel it. It's gonna be like it's 50,000 people just going like having the time of their lives, and we're gonna bring it, and that gig will change someone's in that crowd. That'll be it. And when they need it, they'll draw on it. It's like.
And do you feel that? Do you go in with that level of respect for the gig? Yeah.
I feel like it's quite simple. We just got to entertain. I think that's it. Just give them entertainment.
Yeah.
And give them, burn it into their minds so it stays forever.
I wonder as well. I wonder if there's, given that you're a huge football fan and a huge music fan, do you think you bring a football energy to music, by which I mean you go, right, we don't stop running for 90 minutes. But I wonder with Kasabian, but are you that it doesn't feel
maybe a sport energy, maybe not specific to.
But no, that's
football,
what I'm. But you're like, right, come on,
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I do love sport. I do love the stories. You know what I mean? I like everything surrounding it and digging deep and do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
And just like and I don't know. It's quite a physical. The gig's really quite physical.
Yeah,
but I think that's the love of.
Like, have you got like a fit?
Do you know what? If I would,
it would be so interesting.
It would,
to see
and the
you
boys
wired up.
always like you should do it.
Yeah.
But I think obviously the love of hip hop growing up, and how they deliver. That's I see a Travis Scott gig. It's like that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I've not been a sort of, like a sort of, even though like off stage very much so, but on stage like it's like, I'm seeing the I'm seeing like big. Do you know what I mean? And I'm attacking it like that.
Yes. Yeah. Lovely. I absolutely love that. Thanks very much. The wonderful Serge Pizzorno.